Rice planting is taking off across South Louisiana. This aerial applicator is putting down the last of the seed in fields near Eunice. In fact, about a third of the planted crop is coming up already. Kim Fry, a rice farmer in Mewata, says it's looking good so far.
They just came out within the last week to 10 days probably. So it's all part of the growth cycle, but when you get warm weather and the moisture is correct, then these plants tend to grow a lot faster.
In the next door field, Fry's neighbor Barry Lacoste is getting some of the last of the dirt work done. He and Kim have a lot to talk about these days, especially the price of fuel, fertilizer, and chemicals. Fry says year over year, the cost is up about 30%.
Right now it's costing us, at least it will cost you over $1,000 per acre to produce an acre of rice, and just depending on how tight you can be with that, at least $1,000 an acre right now.
And what was it last year?
Last year you were in there at 700 to maybe 750, something to that degree.
In Crowley, rice marketing specialist Mark Tall has been watching the prices. They've gone up with the rest of the grains thus far, thanks in part to the war in Ukraine.
Well, the Ukrainian situation, really surprised everybody, number one. Nobody was expecting Russia to go into war with Ukraine, but it really did help the rice prices going forward. Naturally, when you do see things like that happen, what they call discontinuous events, it does make the market a healthy market, unfortunately.
As the planes are coming in for another round of seed, many rice farmers are wondering if they'll be around for another year next year. Even with the high prices, the high costs are squeezing the profit margins and the farmers that face them at a time when food insecurity is increasing in the world.
Backing out at the moment, no, but wondering and trying to plan as to how we're going to pay this year out. This is the big issue. We don't know what the rice crop looks decent, as you can see, but we don't know how this is going to truly play out. We don't know where prices are going to end up. We don't know if we'll get a hurricane to hamper things. We just don't know. There's so many unknowns. Right now, nobody is saying they're getting out. This is it. I'm finished. I'm done. But that could be a result if our prices don't increase. I think the whole key to it is our pricing.
Rice planting in Louisiana is about 3/4 done right now, and at a little over a third emerging, just like you saw in the video. Now, you may have also noticed some John Deere tractors in that video and on Kim's hat. That's no coincidence. He does like those green machines. In fact, Kim Fry even built a special room in his house for his collection of toy John Deeres. He has a collection of about 200 tractors, combines, and implements of them, including some old models. There's even more toys in storage because the grandchildren have gotten a little too hands-on with the ones he's left out. Of all the tractors he has, one has a special memory related to a boy with muscular dystrophy who shared Kim's love of John Deere tractors.
This particular model right here was given to all of the dealers in the U.S. who went to Denver, Colorado, to see this tractor put out the first year in 1988. And many years later, we enjoyed taking a young man from Eunice that loved John Deere's until the day that he passed away. He was just an avid deer collector and would ride and drive, and they just did a tremendous job of showing him tractors, and they gave him one of these, and one of the bosses sent me this, and because we had taken him up there, and I appreciate that so much because it's truly. I had one that was just a year older than this, so it sticks to mind when you think about the meaning behind it.
I want to thank Kim Fry again for letting me into his house to see it. It was so cool to see that collection. By the way, Kim even has a John Deere themed mailbox. And guys, as fun as that was to see, these guys in Southwest Louisiana are just going through some tough times right now. And of course that price is eked up, but as you heard in the package, when you go from 700 or 750 per acre to 1,000, you got to make up a lot of that in price. And then it's just one more year on top of a lot of tough years for the rice industry.
And then you add on to that the fact that they have to pay for all the water they put on there. If they still have diesel pumps, I mean, that's another expense right there. I mean, a lot have gone to electric.
Right.
But those diesel pumps still take a lot of fuel, and with prices being what they are,
Yeah.
that's tough, man.
It is tough. And I mean, whether they're running tractors or whether they're running aerial applicators, that's more fuel. I mean, these expenses just add up and up and up. And I really think that if we're going to support farmers, we probably need to start thinking about offsetting some of these costs that they're facing.
Because it's across the board. It's not just rice.
course.
It's every commodity right now.
Yeah.
And it's a great story. Thanks for bringing it to our attention, Neil Melancon.